Brothers and sisters in Islam, I greet you with the best of greetings by saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If you look at our time is fast spent. So I want to stand on the existing protocol already established by the MC. Brothers and sisters in Islam, you will agree with me that the theme of this conference is very apt, because in no other time have we been challenged on the issue of our unity. The Holy Quran told us, as we heard from you scholars, وَاتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Hold fast to the cord of Allah and be not disunited. But in violation of this ayah of the Quran, if you go into the Facebook, the internet, you see the issue of what I regard as spiritual supremacy syndrome. Every group wants to have a feeling that they are better than others. Whereas in the sight of Allah, those who are best in conduct, as Allah told us in the Quran, are those who Allah recognizes, not the names of our organizations. And that is why you have very funny names today. The Salafi, the Super Salafi, the Extraordinary Salafi, the Ali Sunnah, who call others Lababidi, and so on and so forth. Allah does not need this from us. In this country today, the most united people are our counterparts. If I don't want to use the name, our traducers, let me call them our counterparts. But when they want to fight us, they forget about their differences and confront us frontally. It's at that time that we hear some people going about even saying that Muslims are not supposed to vote. Well, everybody has a way of interpreting the Quran and the Sunnah. But let's take for the sake of argument that it is true that democracy is un-Islamic. But we heard from you, Malams, there is what we call Dawrah. What we are having now, this election we are going to have, is a kind of religious census. And we heard from the Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ that if you are hungry, you can take something that is not allowed, that is haram, until you get to a place where you see something that is allowed. Assuming for the sake of argument, Islam is against democracy, is against voting, and so on and so forth. But for the sake of the fact that some people say, in spite of their numerical inferiority, they have numerical superiority above us. Why don't we show them this time around we are more than them, just for the sake of this election, that we are actually not inferior in terms of number. We marry many wives. Sheikh Thani is there. Sheikh Adiyatullah. They have 4 wives, uncountable children. And somebody who has 1 wife and 2 children wants to say, I don't know whether there was a pandemic that killed Muslims that made them to have more number than us. So this is just a kind of digression. I was not told to say this by the organizers, but they know the kind of person I am before they made me an ad hoc chairman. So I'm sure they are not disappointed that I have to, go out of the box to say what I'm saying. So I don't want to take too much of our time. We have people who are going to present papers here. We have our Imam, Tajuddin, Bello Adigun, OON, the brand new OON, who is going to tell us actually the purpose of this conference. I wish all of you safe journey back to your different destinations, and thank you for coming. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.